everybody. I guess we'll do a call to order. Today is January 23rd, 2025. And if everybody would just say who they are. I'm Eric Niven.
Crystal Larmore. Julie Ruff.
Chanel Rock.
Malcolm Walden.
And Chase Randall, Library Director. Crystal Ford, Berna Sloan, and Melody Barnett are all excused. And then we have Melody Goches, who's joining us via phone.
Okay, at that point, I turn it over to you.
Okay, so
Well, I should have been looking at
on
the...
the agenda,
sorry.
we've got the any report by the City Council rep, Melody Goches.
And she's the one.
Thank you.
Okay,
We have a lot of exciting things that are coming to Tooele City. We had a meeting with the Kroger and Smith's Marketplace last week, and they're already moving dirt, getting ready to build the Smith's Marketplace. They hope to have that done by the end of the year, which is an amazing feat given the size of the store. But they've also requested permits to open 2 paths for building, and they did discuss some of the businesses that will be located in those out buildings, so that's not part of the Smith's building. They plan to have island smoothie, beans and brew, an Einstein bagel, and a Jersey Mike. So good things are happening in Tooele, and we're seeing a lot of movement at it's called 10th and Main by 7-Eleven. And the business is calling their development where Chipotle is Founders Point. So you can see a lot of growth there. So, growth is a constant. And we, just as a community, need to do what we can to get ready for these opportunities. And, it's just going to make us a stronger community. So, does anybody have any questions that I can answer?
No.
Thanks, Melody.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Chase.
All right, so for my director report, you all should have in front of you kind of a quick summary of what I'm going to go over. So some general announcements. The biggest one is that this Monday, so this next Monday, the 27th, we are going live with our new catalog system. The new system that we're switching to, it's called Koha Aspen, and the support company's name is Bywater. So Koha is basically the librarian side, and then what patrons will see is called Aspen Discovery. So it's essentially a discovery layer on our catalog. So that's where patrons will be able to search for items, put items on hold, make purchase suggestions, purchase requests. You can rate and review items, so then it'll curate recommendations for you based on your ratings you give it. You can enable it to track your reading history. There's tons of really cool things with this new system. I think it's going to be a dramatic improvement. So in front of you, I've put some information. So there's a little bookmark that kind of lists some of the benefits of Aspen Discovery. And then there's a one-page sheet that is the announcement that I sent out via email to all the patrons, and that we're letting patrons know as they come in the library that our Tooele City Library catalog will be getting a big update on the 27th to bring you a better online browsing experience. As part of the transition, you will not be able to renew items or place items on hold online from the 25th to the 26th. All of your current checkouts and holds will carry over to the new system. When you log into the new catalog, so this is very important, when you log into the new catalog, you will sign in with your library card number and a new PIN. The new PIN will be the last 4 digits of your phone number on file. So once you log in, though, with this new PIN, you can reset the PIN, or if you're having troubles with it, you can come into the library and we can help people. So we anticipate a ton of calls and questions about that. The reason being is that we can't port over people's PINs because we say that information can't be exported for obvious reasons. So that's why we're just setting it to the last 4 of the phone number, and then patrons can then change it at that point. So we anticipate that will be a bit of a rocky transition, but once we get through that initial first week or 2 of people getting their PINs reset, I think it's going to be a big bonus. So if you look here on the paper, it talks about the Aspen features. So we'll have curated lists that people can review. You can save searches to track Sorry.
Bless you.
Sorry. To track favorite authors, series, and formats, you can search library events right within the catalog. That's something I'm very excited about. So if someone's like, hey, I want to see books about cooking, and if we have a cooking program coming up, it'll show up in that search. So I'm super excited for that. You can view, manage, and check out ebooks all there. You can rate titles and get recommendations throughout. So if you really like Westerners, for example, you go and you give all of Lily Lamore 5 stars, then when you go to search for things, it'll automatically recommend to you similar titles to what you've put 5 stars on. And then other patrons can see that as well. So they can see, hey, this book gets a lot of 5 stars. And so it's kind of its own mini Goodreads kind of thing. Except without comments. We disabled comments. Because, yeah, I don't want to be managing that every single day. Then people can link accounts. So if you're a parent who's got child accounts, you can link the accounts in Aspen so you can see all the checkouts, all the fees that might have occurred, etc. You can see all formats available for a title. So this is one of my big things that I'm loving about the new system, is instead of having to look in the catalog and see an entry for the ebook, and then an entry for the audiobook, and then an entry for the physical book, and then an entry for the e-audiobook, now it's all, oh, here's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and here's all the different formats that it's in, all in one spot. So if that was the only upgrade we were making, I would have made this change, because that's such a big deal. It's got a good viewing experience. You can access research databases and archives. You can create your own lists. If you're like, hey, I want to get a list of all my own favorite books, you can do that. And then you'll be able to submit and manage your purchase requests online. So that way people can go in and say, hey, I want them to buy this new cool Western. Sorry, I'm just thinking about Westerns right now. And they can just put that in, and then you can see the status. When I go and I view it, review it, approve it, I've ordered it, and it automatically gets put on hold for you as soon as it comes
that's
in.
very cool. to be
Yeah,
able to do
so
that
I'm- Instead of having to fill out a piece of paper and...
That's
and
not
all
one of
that.
those pages here, though.
No. It's not? It should be in
Not that I
there.
can see. I see holds, I see checkouts, and
Should be...
linked accounts, but not requests.
Yeah, so it's right there in your account. When you log in, you'll see it. It's one of the prominent options. I thought it was in
Do you
here.
have to log in to be able to do a purchase
Yes.
request? Okay,
So you
I know
cannot.
that
You have to have an active library card to make purchase requests. So if a person just walks up and they try to go on to submit a purchase request, it won't let them. They have to log in and then they can submit a purchase request.
Even though you don't have a page for it here, you say that when you go into accounts, you'll be able to see it?
Yeah, it'll be right there. It just says purchase suggestions. So purchase requests. Sorry. So
Do staff create lists?
yeah, so staff can create lists so that
So this is create lists for you, the patron, rather than,
yeah, so the
I thought
patron
this was-
the patron can create their own lists, but only they can see it, or they can share it with other patrons. Like they can say, "Hey, Jimmy, here's a list of my favorite reads from the library," and they'll see it, but they won't be able to make it so everyone can see it. That's only a staff thing. So really excited about it. I'm sure there's gonna be bugs. There's gonna be things to fix, but we go live on Monday, so I'm really excited.
I have a question
Yes.
about that. Is that going to change anything with Libby?
No. So the pin will change. So if you were to log out of Libby and try to log in, you'd have to enter in the new pin. But if you just have the app on your phone, for example, like I have the app on my phone, as long as you don't log out or try to open the app on a different phone, nothing will change. So I hope, and we're doing everything we can to make sure nothing breaks. And that was my big stress last week because I was trying to get everything figured out and they weren't getting back to me, and then they finally got back to me. So I was like, okay, we're good. So hopefully everything should be good. We're going to be on alert Monday morning for any potential problems.
So
But
make sure I understand then, after this goes live, your current Libby password, you'll have to use the new phone number password. Libby
if you're
also.
logging in afresh, if you just have it logged in on your phone, nothing will change. But if for whatever reason you log out of your phone, you get a new phone and you have to log into the app, then you'll have to put in the new PIN. And it pulls the PIN from our Koha system. So the same PIN that you use at the self-checkout kiosks, that's the PIN I'm referring to, is when you go in to check items out. So, any other questions? You'll have to see it to believe it, but it's coming. Go ahead.
So will you need all of the numbers of your library card? No, because you've got.
Yes,
you have
yeah. Well,
those 4
to
zeros
log
and-
in, yeah, you'll have to put in your library card and PIN.
Oh, the full
Just like
number.
with the current.
Full number.
Yeah.
that's just for resetting.
Well, to log into Aspen, you put in your full library card
Oh,
number.
forever?
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Unless
Sorry.
you change it.
yeah.
Okay.
Unless you lose your card, get a new card.
No, no.
And you said this has already been sent out to patrons?
Yeah, I emailed that out today to patrons, just right before this meeting. Basically to everyone who signed up, who said yes, that we can send you emails or that didn't block the city. So I sent that out, and then we've been handing it out to patrons as they come in. Was there any other questions?
Oh, I think I answered my own. It looks like there's an app for it.
Yes, I'm
For
not.
Aspen?
I'm not going crazy
Yeah, it doesn't
advertising.
have great ratings, but it's there.
Yeah, so I'm
I
not
just saw the phone
advertising.
and I was like,
Yeah, I'm not advertising the app because that's something I want to play with that first. And right now I'm just like, let's get this new system out. And I have heard that the app is kind of of quality, so we'll look into that. But
For those of us who are dragged kicking and screaming into the 21st century, when you go in and bring up library on your computer, and then you go to account, this is what will come up after.
yes, yes. So when on our current website, if you click catalog search, it'll take you to
Yes.
Cersei Dynex, our
Right,
current
yeah.
catalog. That's the page that's changing. And then it'll have like login, you log in, and then boom, you're good to go, and you'll go through all that. So, the other big thing is this is going to be a big upgrade for our staff and patrons, and additionally, this is also taking us from spending $20,000 a year to only spending $8,000 a year.
This is only 8.
Only $8,000 a year for
Oh,
the whole
bargain.
new system. So, super significant savings. So, I'm in addition to a better product.
Yes.
Excellent.
Any other questions about Aspen? So yeah, look forward to that. And if you guys see weird things like things that you're like, this doesn't look right. Why is it that when I search junior graphic novels, it's pulling up an adult graphic novel or something random? You're like, why is it? Let me know, please. Email me because, like I said, it's a new system. Trying to get all the bugs out. So if you see weird things that you're like, that doesn't look right. For example, I'm already making a list of items that don't have a cover image, so it just has a name instead of like a picture of a cover. So we're working to fix those, but those can slip through the cracks. So if you guys see anything weird or have questions about the catalog, don't hesitate to email me or call me, and I can investigate to see what's going on. Okay, no other questions on that. Look forward to that on Monday. So the other general announcement is we have had the hotspots that patrons could check out. However, since our previous meeting, I've ran several reports, and we've looked at the cost per checkout, essentially. That's kind of our metric to determine how well we're doing, right? Because we only have a limited budget, and so we evaluate items like, okay, if this $30 book is checked out 2 times, then that's $15 per checkout, right, for example. Well, the one that by far and away outstripped all the others in terms of cost per checkout was the hotspots. So we
You said
had
that's the name of a book?
no. So it's the devices that you could get internet, so that people could go anywhere and get internet as long as there was cell service. So we were paying several $1,000s. We were paying about $600 a month for them, and just the amount of that they were getting checked out. Yes, they were getting checked out reasonably a decent amount, but even then, if you crunch the numbers and they're all getting checked out perfectly, it was still one of our highest cost per checkout item. And we did some studies of like looking at the history and talking to staff, and it's kind of the same 5 people. We're just constantly checking the same hotspot out over and over again. So when I would look at the data usage, the average household uses about 500 gigabytes of data in a month from their home internet. So from the internet you get through Comcast or whatever. Several of the hotspots were using about 500 gigabytes of data per month. So essentially, people were using it as their home internet. And we didn't feel like that was a cost-effective use of that money. That overall in the whole year, we spent, like I said, it was close to about $6,000 a year for those hotspots. And that's 2 or 3 months worth of books that I could order instead. So after crunching those numbers and the extra work that it took staff that we had to check them, make sure we had to have the filtering licenses on it. So we did withdraw those from the collection. So we can spend more money we can spend the money in better and different places in the budget. So
Was that equipment that you had purchased, or was it leased?
So it was purchased by my predecessor as part of a grant from the CARES Act that Congress passed in 2020. That there was a grant for libraries to have hotspots, and some libraries they can't get enough of them. Like the Moab Library, they were saying that they had 50 of them, and there was a waiting list to check them out. So they have fully incorporated into the budget. Whereas when I looked at ours, like I said, it was just so expensive because some like about half were getting checked out pretty regularly, but of that half, it was the same people just over and over again.
Bear
So-
with me, please. Are you talking about a device, a literally physical device?
Yes, so then you could be able to go anywhere and connect to the internet.
So they check it out, they take it out someplace, keep it for a checkout time, get on the internet, and then bring it back, return it.
Yes, so like if you're, for example, if you take it, like I checked one out when my family went on vacation last November. We were going down to St. George. I checked one out and we took it in the car so then my wife could do stuff on the internet while I was driving.
And how many of them do you have?
So we had 10 active that we were allowing the public to check out, and we've now just fully withdrawn those from the collection.
So there's 0 now.
Yeah, we were 0. I mean, we still have the physical device, but it's a cell phone with no service essentially, so it doesn't have any service. So, any other questions on that?
Chase, I have a
yes.
question. This is Melody. What will you do with the hot spots?
So I've reached out
Sell
to
them to another library or?
yeah. So I've reached out to some other libraries to see if any were interested in taking them. I haven't. None of them have said yes because a lot of libraries are also getting rid of their hotspots for the same reason. They're just so expensive. So at this point, we're probably just going to salvage them, and my IT guy is going to take care of that.
Unless you contact MOA.
And
Yeah.
I would just like to say that I checked a hotspot out 2 times when I needed it, and I found it to be a really helpful item. So I'm glad that we have the service, and I can see the wisdom in the being cost effective. But I just hate to see them go to salvage when there's value. So I hope we can explore some other options.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk.
For continuing this somehow.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk to my IT guy, and we can discuss in the future.
How much does one of these things cost?
Great, thank you.
It's like $100.
Oh, okay.
So-
So it wouldn't be worth it to try to sell them then to, people.
Yeah, and that's where. So we'll see. I'm going to look into it, but yeah, we just barely did this withdrawal last week. We finished it up. So.
Now, I realize it doesn't get rid of the problem. Could you have just like 2 available or 1 available for emergencies or something?
So we thought about that, and I did transfer a couple to the IT department of the city because they were like, "Hey, we'll use them." So the city department will use them, but as far as the public, we thought about like dropping it down to like 3 or 4. But then what we found is a lot of people who wanted a hotspot, they'd come in, and we had a couple times where they were all checked out, especially over the holidays. They got used quite a lot. But then people would come and say, "Hey, is a hotspot here?" Like, "Oh no, you can put one on hold though." And a lot of people would just say, "Oh, never mind." So it seemed like I went back to the thing that we could have had only 2, but I feel like it'd be the same 2 people who would just constantly check it out and then renew it, come bring it back in, check it out again. And I was just like, the cost of managing just a couple of those devices, I think the money can be better spent doing other things. So, no, a good question. That was part of the discussion for sure. So as far as staff news goes, the staff are doing great. Still, we have had nobody quit or anything since our last meeting. We're fully staffed at this time. And yeah, we're doing good on the staffing front. No news there. As far as the building project, so our canopy project in the back at the staff entrance, that should be starting in February, where we're ripping out the old canopy and then getting a new nice awning canopy, whatever you want to call it, and then xeriscaping that back section as well. We have the new boiler installed and is up and running, so if any of you came to the library during that first full week of January, you might have noticed it was a little chilly because we had no central heating. But I was able to get some space heaters and rent some from Home Depot and then help keep it at least not freezing. So fortunately it wasn't this last week because otherwise that would have not been fun at all. So the new boilers are fully installed, up and running, and it feels a lot nicer. I know this room's a little chilly, but the rest of the library has been feeling great, and this should save the library about $10,000 a year in natural gas.
Wow.
So that's the idea, hopefully. So it'll pay for itself in like a decade, the new boiler. So we're excited about that.
What's its life expectancy?
Oh, That's a good question. I think this one was at least 30 years, the new ones. I'd have to double check with
That's, I was
maintenance.
just curious of that versus payback. So payback 10 years, so you got 20 years where you're.
Yeah, and the old one was put in when the library was put in. And yeah, that thing, when you go into the maintenance room, man alive, I was like, how is this thing still running? But it's good. We're good. And then next, as you could see when you came in, the front park strip here is, the grass is all torn up. So that's the stamped concrete project that's going to have a pad for a picnic table and a pad for a buffalo. So we're excited for that. That'll probably be, they got started a lot quicker than I was expecting. I was expecting like April. But no, I guess he had some time, so they started working on it. So that'll be done by the end of May. So probably around the time of our next meeting, it'll be almost done.
So how are they going to choose the artist for the buffalo? Or is it already
So
chosen?
that's all through the mayor's office. I have no
Well,
idea.
I guess it's a city thing.
Yeah, it's a local artist. It's a local artist, and that's all I really know about it. So, any questions on any of those projects? And then I'm also looking by July to xeriscape this section right here, the Gopher Paradise that you see right here in front of the library. I want to get that xeriscaped as well, matching the kind of the decor that they have at City Hall, those rocks and the bushes and stuff. So, any questions on that?
Nope.
Then upcoming event highlights, we have a blood drive coming up February 18th, and then this last week we did what was called a stuffed animal sleepover. If you check out our Facebook page, you can see the video that does a little summary of it. And so kids would they'd come in, they'd drop off. We made sure to explain the second favorite stuffed animal, not the favorite stuffed animal, but the second favorite stuffed animal. And then we put a little tag on the stuffed animal so we know who dropped it off. And then our teen advisory council came in, they took pictures of the stuffed animals, watching a movie, eating pizza, listening to story time.
Mine was reading the story. My
Yeah.
daughter's was reading
Oh, the
story.
sloth was the
Yes,
sloth?
hers was the giant.
Yeah, no, that was easy. Like, hey,
Yeah.
the sloth is the storyteller because you can actually have the book. No, that
So
was
the
like, I
concept
hope there
was
was
that
a
you're
size
feeding
limit.
the
It's
stuffed
as big
animals
as-
overnight.
How fast
Yeah,
is
so
it?
the
They come
kid-
in and pick them up the next
That's what
day.
I
Yeah.
said.
The animals.
So I was like, it did story time. I was like,
Yeah, had fun. So,
I don't know that movie. He's a,
no, so we had a
DOV. Oh, I just love that.
we had a parent post on our Facebook that's like, this was the highlight of my kid's week. Yeah, no, my kids loved it too. I showed them the video, and so they saw it. Like, there's Bradley's, there's Abigail's. It was so cute. So, and then today I have no policy change proposals today. So, okay.
So now we're going to the public comment period.
Everybody looking around in public.
So we're done with that.
There's no members of the public are present.
So we'll next go to item 4, which is discussion items.
All right, so this is the main thing to discuss today. So we've got the strategic plan and the technology plan. So several of you emailed me and we had a little bit of discussion. So today I just want to make sure we finalize the wording of our strategic plan and technology plan. So here on the strategic plan, the front page there, you can see I put 3 different options for the mission statement based on what you guys emailed me and what we discussed at our last meeting. So if anyone has any, I guess, I don't know how we want to arbitrate the discussion. If there's any of these that jump out at you, I don't know how you want to lead that, but. Take a minute. So I'll read them out loud so we can, that'll help. So the first one is the Tooele City Public Library exists to spark literacy, foster lifelong learning, and support the community. And then, so that's option A. Option B is the Tooele City Public Library empowers our community by providing access to knowledge, fostering lifelong learning, and creating welcoming spaces for connection and creativity. Or option C, the Tooele City Public Library exists to enrich the community, empower success, and encourage the pursuit of lifelong learning.
So do you want to vote on those to see which ones we?
Or if it has their tentative, yeah. If
Is this, we're considered a quorum here to vote officially?
so that since it's not a policy, it's I don't.
We just go
but
ahead.
I think we are still a quorum because there's the 6, so it's more than half.
Yeah.
Is here. So
Do we want to do this by the show of hands, or do we want to have a silent?
I think you just go how many for A, how many for B, how many for C.
So even as a non-voting member, I prefer A, but what you guys prefer for B or C?
I like B.
B? I don't
I
know
like
score.
C.
C?
Okay.
Okay.
I like A. I feel like
Chase.
it's nice and succinct.
Yes?
I just wondered when everybody's done voting, I'm sorry, because I can't see that people are speaking. Could you repeat those?
Yes. Here, let's get year 2 and then I'll repeat it for Melody.
Well, I wrote one, so.
Yeah, no, but I don't even remember which one it was you sent me. B?
I
Okay.
know I wrote B, but I
Okay.
don't know the others, but.
And then Chanel.
Yeah, I like B or C.
Okay. Man, we're pretty even split. So, so
Okay, so it's arm wrestle.
So option A, Melody, is the Tooele City Public Library exists to spark literacy, foster lifelong learning, and support the community. Option B is the Tooele City Public Library empowers our community by providing access to knowledge, fostering lifelong learning, and creating welcoming spaces for connection and creativity. And then option C is the Tooele City Public Library exists to enrich the community, empower success, and encourage the pursuit of lifelong learning.
Okay, I'll vote on option A.
Option A.
Yeah, she's doing A.
So
Yes.
how many?
And I switched to A too, just so you know.
Okay.
Oh, so that's
Oh,
enough
it
to,
sounded like she said B.
Wait, did you say B or A?
I said A is in apple.
Okay.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought
for
it
minute.
was-
Okay.
Did you hear
A.
what I wanted to hear?
Yeah, we all learned.
so does that put A over the top then?
I vote D. Go ahead. So you want what?
I said B.
B?
I said B or C.
You gotta can't stand.
So we're doing first past the post voting. Is
Are we
that?
gonna go round once? Okay, so how do you do an
Well-
and or?
So I have a proposal, like an alternate voting method that you could do
Hey,
is
please.
which ones you're okay with. So like you could vote for multiple of
Okay,
like what
for
you're
the first
okay.
time?
So and then whichever one gets the most okays.
Ranked choice voting?
Okay,
So no, it's not ranked choice voting.
So this is round one. Okay?
I would like to
Like
point out
Mark
that
Madness
the
for
first
interesting.
one was the one that was proposed and we,
Originally.
Yes, and
And
then
there were some.
Well, it had more to it though.
yeah, so it's a simplified version of the one I originally had proposed. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't care. So you guys can do the first past the post, or you can do, like I said, you just the one that gets the most okays. So it's like it's not your favorite, but you don't hate it either. You'd be fine with it.
Okay, so I'm picking A and C.
I'm picking A and B.
A and B.
You
Just
don't
whichever
have to
one you're
pick two.
okay
You
with.
don't have to
Just
do
two.
one.
You can pick just one. You can pick just.
I'll vote for B. I'll just,
B,
because I can't choose.
I'll vote for C.
C,
B.
B. Okay,
And-
so
And then Melody, which one are you okay with? All three, just two, or one?
My favorites were A and C. So A is in apple, C is in cat.
they're exactly the same.
So we have
Go grab some.
We have a
Just go
perfect
grab
tie. No. So okay, if we can change it to first past the post, and just you have to pick a favorite.
Okay, now we're scrap that. We're now going for the favorite. I vote A. The pressure's
I'm gonna
on.
pass for a second.
Okay. You're B.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll vote for C.
C.
B.
B.
I would go B.
B. So I guess B is the one.
Yeah, Melody. If you had to pick just one.
A is in apple.
Okay.
And what did you want, Chase? Or are you not?
Well, I'm not a voting member of the board.
So what did it come up with there then? Two B's, two C, one A?
3 B's, 2 A's, and 1 C.
Okay.
No.
So B is the one.
Yes, we can go with B. So the Tooele City Public Library empowers our community by providing access to knowledge, fostering lifelong learning, and creating welcoming spaces for connection and creativity. So I will go ahead.
Ta-da.
I will update that and get it fixed. So, hey, this was a great example of different voting systems, because then if we could have done ranked choice voting, like, great. I don't know, I once dived into a whole documentary about all the different possible, like, voting methods, and it's interesting. So,
We can try a different.
um,
Let's vote on which voting method.
we're gonna vote on how to vote.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing is the vision statements. So we had vision statement 2 and 3. There, I don't think we had any proposed differences with those two. But then one that was at the first one, there's 2 alternates. So you can see I put it here as the one was the default one that I put in originally, and then 1A is the other proposed first vision statement. So the first one is the Tooele City Public Library will provide the community with fair and equal access to vital information resources. And then the alternate is the Tooele City Public Library will provide a vibrant community where knowledge, exceptional services, and resources are accessible to individuals of all ages. So.
Keep reading.
No, that was it.
We'll
No,
vote again.
we're voting between those two.
Oh, we're going,
Because we're just, so we're voting between these two.
oh, just to limit it to a choice of 3 then is what you're saying.
Yeah, no, it's a choice of 2. No, because we're doing 3 different vision statements, but the 2
Oh.
and 3
Are
we're
already
not.
set.
We're,
Okay.
well, yeah, no one could. Everyone that said
Okay,
no one
so-
said that verbiage should change.
Okay.
Just the first
Okay,
one.
I just got, so these, are we doing this again where these are 3 options?
No,
here?
we're picking between these 2 options. So
Between
ignore these.
1 and 1A.
1 and 1A. Yep. We're
So I have a question.
Yes.
I don't really understand what a vibrant community is in that second one. Like,
yeah. So I can't remember who suggested.
somebody wrote that? You
Yeah, that was
know?
someone. I'd have to dive through my emails to see. But.
No, I don't remember.
I just wondered if it was a typo or something.
No, vibrant means like alive, like energy, action.
So our patrons are really
So like the
We provide a community like
a vibrant community.
we'll provide a yeah.
Well, I've got a definite opinion here, so we.
Okay, do you want
A
to
seems
Are we ready to
excessively,
vote? Okay, I
A seems
vote,
excessively.
I vote for 1 as it stands.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
yeah.
Me too, 1 as it
Okay.
stands.
Okay.
Okay, and then 2 and 3 are already
And
accepted.
then Melody, do you have any thoughts on that?
Would you mind, since I'm still driving, repeat those one
Yes.
more time?
So 1 was the Tooele City Public Library will provide the community with fair and equal access to vital information resources. And then the alternate was the Tooele City Public Library will provide a vibrant community where knowledge, exceptional services, and resources are accessible to individuals of all ages.
Okay, I'll vote for the second one.
Okay.
You were outvoted.
So you're outvoted, but so okay. So I will update that, and then I don't think anything else was different. So to quickly review, so vision statement 1, the Tooele City Public Library will provide the community with fair and equal access to vital information resources, and then we have our 3 different goals that I want to achieve, 3 different objectives. Though none of those need to change.
Okay.
Let me see, I don't think anything under vision statement 2 needs to change, yeah. I mean, we're about to do that one, so we gotta hurry and approve it, so it still counts, but, no, just
So we're all done with the strategic plan?
yeah, so I think strategic plan, we're good. No other changes from when we last looked at it. Did anyone else have any other suggestions for the strategic plan, aside from the ones we've already discussed? Okay. So with this one, since it's not a policy, and I looked up other libraries of how they did their strategic plan, your signature's not required. What I'll just do is I'll put a little footnote that says, adopted by the Tooele City Library Board on this date. And I'll post it. So, I guess, do we want to do an official vote to
Oh, yes.
To adopt.
So we have then concluded, sorry, that for the mission statement, we've chosen B, and for the vision statement, we have chosen A.
one?
Anybody want to propose?
No,
Or
one.
one. Yes, 1, sorry, there is an A there.
So can you get a motion?
Yeah, so do I have a motion on accepting those?
I would make a motion to accept the strategic plan as amended.
Okay, Malcolm has proposed it or
Yeah, it's motioned.
motioned. Anybody have a second?
I will second it.
And Crystal Larimore has second. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay.
Melody, do you vote aye to adopt the strategic
sorry.
plan?
I vote aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, sweet. So that's the strategic plan. Now for the technology plan. Essentially, with this one, it's just I'm gonna go in and update the language of the mission statement and the not the vision, but yeah. Essentially, nothing else is changing from the technology statement. It was technology plan. It was just awaiting final adoption of our mission statement.
Got it.
So
So
then
this
we're
is,
good.
this is done then, pretty much.
Yes. So essentially, if anyone had any questions or concerns about the technology plan.
I think so.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're moving to the minutes of October.
Well, we need to vote on
Oh,
it.
we do have a I thought it was just, because we already voted the changes.
Well, no, but you voted the changes for the strategic plan, and so you need to vote that the changes will carry over into the
Oh, I see.
technology plan. Yes.
Okay. All right, so it has been proposed.
Yeah, so do we have a motion?
Well, we need a motion to accept the strategic plan to be incorporated into the technology plan.
I'll make that motion.
Malcolm has motioned. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Chanel has seconded. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, it passes.
Melody, confirm melodies.
Oh, Melody, did you hear that vote?
I vote aye.
Vote aye,
Yes,
thank
I
you.
vote aye.
So it's unanimous.
Okay.
Okay.
So is the next agenda item the previous minutes? I had a question. I don't remember this, and I was here. You're changing your integrated library system to Bywater?
So, yeah, so Bywater is the name of the company.
Oh,
is-
this, the way it's so it's actually
Yeah.
BY?
No, yeah, it's BY Water. So it's
Oh,
not
okay,
BUY.
the way I read this
Yeah.
is you're gonna buy some water.
Yeah, no, so yeah, I guess
How
that
many
is,
water shares?
that is a change to the minutes that I need to make is
Okay.
that Bywater should say
That actually
BYWAT.
confused me. I was-
Yeah, no, I was gonna bring that up, so thank you. But yeah, it threw me off when I read it at first, because like, wait, I'm not buying water. Oh yeah, duh.
That's right.
The vendor, its name is Bywater, and they have the products called
Okay,
Aspen
got
and
it.
Coa. So,
Is it one word, by water?
Bywater, yep. So, okay.
Do we need to read this, or, I mean, out loud?
Well, no, just if there was any changes that you needed to make, if you felt like the minutes don't represent what you said,
Oh,
or,
I'll let everybody scan them real quick.
That was the only thing I had a question about.
okay.
Okay, do we have to move for that correction,
Yeah,
or do we understand that correction?
Yeah, move to adopt the minutes with that correction.
Okay, I need a motion to adopt the minutes with the Bywater correction.
I will motion.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Crystal Airmore and a second by Malcolm Walden. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Melody.
Melody, did you want to say aye or nay?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
I'll say aye.
Okay, got it. All right, so that's it.
It's already done, but I was wondering, are we gonna rent out telescopes?
We already have.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, they're available. You can
Real,
check
I mean,
out telescope.
astronomical telescopes?
Yep, they're out there in the library right now.
Is it what they call it, refractory, is it? The one-
Yeah, refractory
Yeah,
telescope.
little
Yeah,
stubby one that's,
yeah,
I
they're
Great.
guess I missed that. That would've been great when the planets were lined up last night.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's out there right now. You can go check it out. I think it's still on the shelf.
yep, it
That's
is, I
fine.
saw it, I thought, whoa. Okay, so let's see, we've done that. Okay, we need to pick a date for our next meeting.
So I think we had tentatively,
April?
yeah, we're doing April 17th.
That is right before Easter break.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
Like,
You made
school
it,
ends
under
that
50
day,
minutes.
Easter
good
break
time.
starts the
This was
next
where-
day.
Oh, okay. So do we want to do,
At the 10th?
is May?
Oh,
Do we want to go to May or what will work best for you guys? Because it's just sometime in Q2 of 2024.
I'll be back from my travels, so I'll be here for whatever date you want.
I might be gone.
You might be, yeah, you might be gone, right?
I should be gone by then. So, anybody have any suggestions for, do you want it in May? Do you want to move it around in April? I guess the only requirement
May's
is
good.
Thursday, right?
Longer days, driving in daylight.
Okay, May, suggestions? 15th? Anybody, okay. Should we
That's
put that as a
Well, it's
motion?
for everybody,
No,
but it's gonna be far.
Does somebody want to move?
Beware the Ides of May.
Somebody want to make a motion for that?
Well, because I
I'll make
guess
the motion.
because it's the code
Melody?
says third Thursday, but I guess we
It is
can.
the third Thursday.
Yes.
First, 8th, 15th.
Okay, Melody's
Oh.
made a motion for the,
Done. Yes. you are-
15th.
I'm- Brain.
When the first is in the mix, it throws
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
off.
second there, anybody?
A second.
Okay, Malcolm, thank you.
Melody.
And Melody was first, yeah. All those that want to have or accept our next meeting, May 15th, May 15th, please say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Very good. That's 15th.
It's still the 7 o'clock time, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I will send that out to everyone.
Now we just need to adjourn, so we need a motion to adjourn.
I will move to adjourn.
Malcolm motions to adjourn, any second?
I'll second that.
Chanel seconds. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? We're out of here. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you for your patience with me to let me call in.
You're good.